Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I hope that my microphone is working okay. I think everything is good. Fingers crossed. Because when I did the test yesterday, I didn't have any headphones in. I was just talking regularly. So hopefully there won't be any issues. We'll find out, won't we? For those of you who are coming in, just if you can, let me know if you can hear me okay. And if the stream itself is good, that would be awesome. This is my first time working with this new program to stream. So I'm actually on my computer now instead of on my phone. So hopefully everything is looking good. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So awesome. I am going to start with the May monthly videos. This is, of course, going to be for Aries, as I'm sure you saw when you jumped on. Because this is the month-long forecast, I won't be answering any questions in the chat, just FYI. But know that every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do the weekly Oracle Talks. Because I haven't been on here, I've been back on Instagram, but now that I got this up and working, I'll be back here on YouTube. So that will be the time to ask individual questions if you have. So with that being said, this forecast is going to be for the sign of Aries. So if you have an Aries rising, sun, moon, or north node sign, this is going to be great for you. If you also just know how to hack your chart and want to know if Aries is in a particular house that is important to you, you also, if you wanted to, could listen for those messages as well. It really just depends. But yeah, it's up to you. So I have all the cards out, and of course I'm using the Brawl-to-Lay deck for that, for the specific messages. And then I'm going to use different decks just for messages for each week as well too. And we'll see how this goes. And I realized I totally forgot the did I do a different setup last month for the forecast? I should always like check before I start. I never do. I always forget, but I feel like I changed up something. I think I changed up the Oracle Talks. I don't even know. Obviously, there's just been so much that's changed. So whatever. Anywho, I'm here. I'm present. Okay, Aries, Aries, Aries. So your grounding energy, your core energy is this card here of giving. Okay. So one second. Okay, so I'm actually going to be doing separate spread. That's the anchoring energy. So let's see what the actual message is for that, for the Aries folks. Hello, hello, welcome. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So Aries, you are stepping into the unknown. So you are getting out of the prison of your mind, but that also means that you're going into a very, very different mind space moving forward, which may be a bit disorienting, but that's okay. That's okay. Your job is to actually stay in your heart, stay in your playfulness, stay in your joy, and know that you are divinely protected. Because this mystery about what's coming is because there has been a cycle that has ended, like truly. And so your mind is really having to shift and grapple with the new ways it needs to show up and the new ways that it needs to learn in order to navigate effectively in the new world and its new experience. And that can be really disorienting. So, your grounding practices and your meditation are going to be really important. Honestly, the stillness and not moving or taking action on anything until the clarity comes through is really going to be key, because your soul will tell you when it's time to shift, when it's time to move, what needs to happen. Yeah. Yeah. Just stay in your heart, stay in what is true for you as it relates to your visions and dreams for the long term. But there's just a lot of not knowing, and it's not a bad thing. I know it can be disorienting, but it's not a bad thing. Okay. This really does mean you have ended a cycle because it's new energy. So you're not going to have all the pieces there in play. Okay. Easier said than done, I know. All right. So for relationships, um, we have this energy here of direction. Okay. So this is for those of you who are already in committed partnerships. There is clarity about, or there might be actually be a lot of questions now about what the next steps are, which, again, if you're closing out a cycle and you're starting something new and things are iffy, this would make sense, right? But the focus actually on your part needs to be on you. What do you want? Staying in your power. And I normally don't say this to Aries because, usually you guys have to learn to actually think of the other. But I think right now, because, there really is such a blank slate, um, you need to really be able to see what's true and come from your heart space and not the mind space as it relates to your committed partnerships. Okay. Let the divine show you where to go and what's next. Don't try to think your way through it. So let conversations arise as they need to arise. You don't have to push. Okay. Um, Now, for those of you single and looking or just dating, either one person or multiple people, we have the masculine energy showing up here. So this could be you, Aries, or somebody that you're dealing with. So if this is you, this is a call to action. If you see that, and you can feel and can sense that this is a yes, it's on you to move forward towards that, right? If you are sitting in more of the feminine energy and the masculine is what you are dealing with, then it's not your place to take action. Your place is to be the magnet and allow the masculine to come to you. So it's really going to depend how you're going to be engaging with this energy. Okay. Um, but whether you're embodying the masculine energy or you're dealing with somebody who is, this is coming across as a very balanced and healed energy for the masculine. Very bright, very clear, very healed, very whole. Okay. And I'm also getting the phrase ready to settle down, or at least starting to go in that direction. So things may be slowing down, but they may be becoming more real, more concrete. Okay. So if you are not dating anyone and you're wanting to find someone, now really is the time to be out if you're looking for something more serious. If you're looking for something that's just more like fun energy, this is probably not going to be a successful month for you, because that's not really the energy that's around right now with the masculine. Now, if you are looking for something more serious and you're not currently seeing or dating anyone, um, then you probably are already picking up on the shift in the energy and the dynamic between this. Um, Fireman says, I feel like this isn't live. It is live. I'm doing a forecast message, so I'm not actually answering questions in the chat. I answer questions on Thursdays for the Oracle Talks, just FYI. Okay. Now for career, Aries, we have this card, Fast. Okay. Now, this is literally a time of transition right now for work, but I think this is actually a situation where you should be shifting into something more grounded and more stable. I think for a lot of you, if I remember correctly, you've all been going through a lot of shifts since like right at the end of the year up until this point. So I think things stabilize a bit more once we shifted actually into Aries season with the spring equinox. And I think now that you were able to ground into yourself, you're at a place now where you can make more practical changes moving forward, which is good. So keep rolling with that. I think career is going to be fine. It may, again, still be kind of up in the air in some regards, but I think you're actually going to be fine. So I wouldn't worry about career stuff right now. Now, in terms of money, we have divine protection. Okay. So stay balanced. Stay balanced in how you're managing what you spend and what you bring in. Stay on top of your finances. Don't get too lackadaisical. Okay. Because with these shifts, especially with your mindset, I think there's actually going to be a lot of changes in the way that you relate to money. All right. So you may be doing some reconsiderations of what your budget actually needs to look like, because maybe you're thinking of investing more for the future or putting money aside for a business or something like that. But your needs are always going to be taken care of, so don't worry about that, but also to be responsible. Be responsible. Okay. But overall, you are good this month, Aries. Let me pull cards for each week of the month real quick for you. We'll see. And I think this month we're only 4 weeks. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah. All right, so week 1, we got Knight of Wands. Awesome, that's your energy, or a fire energy, I should say. Week 2, Ace of Swords, new mind. Week 3, Lovers. So meeting people, community. This is actually literally Gemini, so that is, that's interesting because that's actually when the sun is going to be shifting into Gemini at that time. So that might be a really important time for you. And actually, I wonder if that's around the time where Mars shifts out of Gemini. And then 4th week, we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, so there's some stress, some worry. It comes through. Let me get some more messages about this Knight of Wands. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you are, because there has, and you're still in the process of making this shift of mindset, of perspective, of belief systems, things are able to move much more quickly because you're on a better even keel emotionally, and you're not as quick to jump on every opportunity that comes up to you. You are actually more discerning about where you place your energy, time, etc. Okay. And you're only going to be going for those things that actually feel really good for you. And those things that you do say yes to, people, places, things, circumstances, what have you, are the things that move quickly and the things that actually give you success. So yeah, I think this is going to be at least for this first week, and if not the full month moving forward, greater clarity or greater ease in saying no more often than you say yes. For week 2, with the Ace of Swords, that one almost came out. Let's see what messages Spirit has. Okay, so we have Knight of Pentacles and 5 of Swords. Interesting. So yeah, whatever shifts, I think the whole first half of this month is going to be sitting in that same energy, because what I'm getting here again is the ability to correctly manage your time, your expectations, your boundaries with people, what you agree to, and walking away from things sooner rather than later that might be a time suck or an energy suck. Okay, and you start making real practical progress in the first half of the month. So that's really exciting. So then when we get to the Lover's energy, which is basically Gemini. Okay, so we actually have the 7 of Wands. This is what popped up for this. So it's interesting. There is, especially with all the knights that have been showing up for this so far, you know, this may feel contentious internally, or there may actually be contentious energy with the folks around you, because you are shifting how you show up, and again, what you say yes to and what you say no to. And so there may be a need to actually find new people who fit and vibe with who you are, where you're going. Okay. And having to hold higher ground if needed, or keep the defenses up with folks who just refuse to grow with you. Right. And that could be family, that could be friends that you've known for a long time who've just like stopped growing and they've like capped out. There's a lot of things with that. That may be hard, but we end with the 9 of Swords. Now, the 9 of Swords for that 4th week of May, you know, 9 of Swords can be a tough energy on some side of things. It can talk about stress, anxiety. However, given that you go from the Ace to the 9 within just 2 weeks, can talk about some massive, massive upgrades in your consciousness. Because there's a lot of that you know, have definitely been coming through from Spirit. So clarification on this is the 9 of Cups. So emotional independence, but again, things that make you happy. The self. So you may actually be finding a lot of ideas coming through at this point in that month of what's possible for you. And it may actually be shifting what you ask of yourself and of the universe. And it may help to give greater clarity about what your long game is. Okay, so that's really beautiful. Let me get a closing card for you guys. But overall, it's looking good, looking strong. Relationships are strong. Money's good. Just it's balanced. Work should be shifting and growing. But this seems very much so to be a situation where it's a massive mindset change. Closing guidance for you is the Queen of Pentacles. So Earth energy is actually great for Aries, and this actually would represent Capricorn specifically. And this is the greatest place of maturity that the Aries energy can be in. So what I love about this card, particularly in this deck, is she is looking off into the future about what is next to plant in terms of expanding her realm of influence. This is a legacy-oriented person, building for the long term, understanding and working with the mastery of the cycles, how manifestation works, growth and stagnation and decay and all those, and respecting all of that and leveraging it for for her wants, for her needs, her desires, what she's trying to do and bring into the world. So I think there's a lot of growing up that's happening for you, Aries, and I love it. Not that you've been childish, but I think you're stepping into your power in a very grounded kind of way, as opposed to like a braggadocious or ostentatious way. Like I think it's a real deep inner maturing and a steadfastness that I haven't actually, to be honest, really picked up from you guys in a very long time. So maybe this is the effect of Saturn and Pluto being in Capricorn right now is really helping to ground you. But whatever it is, I like it. So yeah, congrats, Aries. All right, so that's your monthly message. If you'd like to book a session with me, you can go to my website, andersonalchemy.com. Enrollment is open for the Lightworker Academy. I have 3 courses available for you to choose from. One is the Divination Through Tarot course, where I teach intermediate to advanced level class on tarot, and we'll specifically be working with the Thoth deck. I have another class called The Astrological Soul of Your Business. That is focused on business astrology and the way that I interpret it for those who are either have a hobby, who want to turn it into a business, or who already have a business and are wanting to learn the astrological nature of the business, as well as how to work with its houses and its cycles of manifestation, etc. And then the third is the Lightworker Incubator, and that's a small, semi-private 6-month program where I am going through all sorts of things like, protecting yourself energetically, spiritual warfare, upgrading the energy body, just all the things, all the things. So you can go to my website to check those out. Again, andersonalchemy.com. And if you're not already on my newsletter, please sign up. I am doing exclusive offers that are only available through the newsletter for subscribers. So if you want to find out what those are, definitely check those out. I only send out newsletters once a week. So usually they come out on Mondays. I already sent the one out, today is a Monday that I'm recording this, but I pretty much only send them out Monday, maybe Tuesday. So I don't bombard folks with email newsletters, but that's where the bulk of the information comes through. That and Instagram. Okay. All right. So that's it. Hope everyone has an amazing time, amazing month. Please comment below what all is going on in your life. I would love to read and find out. And I will see you soon. Bye.